And once again, what is up, my fellow patriots? How y'all doing out there in America, land of the free, home of the brave? Me, your wicked wizard, back with another video. Today, we're going to talk about my home state where I'm living right now in Colorado. I'm in Colorado Springs. They told us there was never any illegal gang members in Colorado. They covered up for them because Denver is a sanctuary city, and a few months back, this came out on TV, and that's what started the whole thing off. Was this right here? So these scumbag Venezuelan illegal alien Trende Araga gang members took over apartment complexes in Colorado, specifically in Aurora. And then the media tried to lie and cover it all up. These people were going around robbing the tenants, which were also a lot of times illegal Venezuelan um, immigrants, but not gang members. So they put the whole community, the whole state at risk by covering this up. But that's what they do. But, we knew, our boy knew. So definitely it didn't fool us.
Venezuelan gangs are the worst in the world. They're vicious, violent people. And you see what they've done in Colorado and other places. They're taking over, literally taking over apartment complexes and doing it with impunity. They don't care. They couldn't, they just are, they're in the real estate business.
The local police say that is not the case in Colorado.
Oh, it's totally the case. I mean, I have it
you
on
don't
tape.
believe the local police.
I used to play it at my rallies every single night. No, they're breaking into doors. They're taking over the building.
But sir, you
and by the way,
the
police are afraid to do anything. Venezuelan gangs are
It was you don't believe the police? No, absolutely not. We don't believe the police. What are you kidding me? That's all they do is lie. Meantime, this is what's going on. They're telling you nothing is happening, but just this kind of stuff.
Police
right
officers arrived to the scene here at this apartment complex just before 7 a.m. carrying out evictions, and now dozens of tenants who used to live here are now looking for a place to stay. You can see just the red and blue X that are on these apartment doors, and that's just a signal that this place has been that they have already carried out the evictions, that this place has been vacated, and now the cleanup begins here. Now we watched as code enforcement and police officers went door to door to make sure that each of the apartment was cleared out. Piles of trash, they're being cleared out in the parking lot. We showed you that a little bit earlier, but the city of Aurora, they're also paying for this trash to be picked up.
So right now it's just kind of a waiting game for a lot of these tenants. They tell us they're not really sure what's going on, but they're upset at how the situation is being handled. You can see there's a lot of activity going on, a lot of children. Police are just here in the area. They just got here not that long ago, but it's unclear how they'll be moving people out, how they'll be taking them to the hotels. A lot of activity going on here right now.
So that's where they paid for all the illegals to stay in these apartments with my tax paying dollars specifically because I live here. And put them all up, and then they said, "Oh, well, let's just kick them all out, and that'll put an end to this whole nonsense, right?" Yeah. Yeah, sure. And it's not just one place; it happened everywhere. This is how these people live. These illegals, they're not like Americans. They don't. They really don't care about anything. Why should they? They didn't pay a dime for anything. Everything's handed to them, so of course they live like this, and they just throw their trash out like that. It's horrible. It really is horrible, but I mean, at least it's getting cleaned up, I guess. It's just crazy. And then, of course, the local news was always the same. Deny. That didn't happen. That's a lie. Yeah, okay. Listen to this guy. I hate this guy, by the way. What a douche. Don't you look like a
Today,
soy
Aurora
boy?
Mayor Mike Kaufman told us that the municipal code dictates the faster timeline for closing that apartment building. He called the owners out-of-state slumlords.
That's the other thing. Instead of admitting what's happening, they blamed it on the people, the law-abiding citizens who own these apartments. Just like Democrats always do. Protect criminals, go after the law-abiding citizens.
Who are currently being taken to court by the city for allowing their properties to become so dangerous. That property owner and now 3 conservative city council members in Aurora say that the residents and the city are not telling the truth. They claim, without evidence, that the building is actually being closed because it was taken over by a Venezuelan gang.
It's always, you ever notice these damn lefties? Every time something's going on, it's always they claim without evidence when there's. I just showed you the video.
So half the month
how's
of
there no
August
evidence?
nearly gone. Doesn't give her family much time to find permanent housing moving forward.
And again, the who's to blame carousel, if you will, continues. The city says the property management team is simply not doing enough to help these residents. In an interview with that property management team last week, they say that that building is actually being controlled by a certain gang, and they feel helpless. There's nothing they can do about it. In Aurora, Greg Nieto, Fox 31.
Yeah, they were taken over by gangs, but you know, without evidence. Typical lefty nonsense. And then you know, they make up charges. Oh, look at all this evidence we got against Trump. You know, his Mar-a-Lago is only worth 18 million, and he you know, said it was worth way more. And he's you know, I mean, come on, man. Meanwhile, this is what the people were doing, right? SOS help. Kind of crazy there. Yeah, and people have known it. They've known about it.
Holy shit, there are some claims coming out against Colorado officials when it came to that apartment complex in Aurora, Colorado. Buckle up. These claims are coming from America First Legal. We're going to call them AFL. So AFL got a hold of the Aurora Police Department's records. Those records are showing that the Aurora Police Department knew for over a year that gang, TdA Gangs, was in Aurora in that apartment
Lied
complex.
to you the whole time.
But they never warned the public. They didn't do anything about it. And the only time they actually acknowledged it was when the gang took over the whole apartment complex.
Isn't that isn't that dangerous? Don't these people need to be locked up? They need to be put away and locked up for putting the public in danger. I'm talking about the people in charge. I'm talking about the officials and the media.
Worse, because apparently there's this organization that helps place these Venezuelan migrants, and they may have actually placed them at this property. Aurora Mayor Mike Kaufman later blamed Denver Mayor Mike Johnston for using federal funds from Biden's America Rescue Plan Act to contract with these nonprofits to move migrants from Denver into housing located in Aurora apartments.
Yeah, which is such bullshit because Aurora wasn't a sanctuary city. Denver's a sanctuary city. And the overflow and that damn Mayor Johnson had so many immigrants, he could not house them all. So he started pushing them out to the suburbs, right? So first it starts in Denver. Hey, welcome, everybody, welcome. Come on, all of you illegal Venezuelans. Come on in. Yeah, we'll put you up in hotels. We'll give you free food, free medical. We'll send your kids to school. We'll take all kind of resources away from our citizens who pay taxes and give them to you, even though that you walked in and didn't pay it. You're illegally here and never paid a dime into the system. We're going to give you everything.
So basically, the Denver mayor offloaded these immigrants onto Aurora.
I mean, these are some serious allegations. That would mean they knew for a whole year that these people were a threat to society and they didn't do anything about it. And they knew they had taken over this apartment complex, and instead of removing them or dealing with it, they condemned this whole apartment complex.
And then threw everybody out and blame the apartment complex owners. That's what they do. That's how it goes. I mean, it's just crazy. And then this one's the best. This one, you gotta love this one, right? This is our boy JD. You go get him.
President Trump was actually in Aurora, Colorado, talking to people on the ground. And what we're hearing, of course, Martha, is that people are terrified by what has happened with some of these Venezuelan gangs.
Senator Vance, I'm going to stop you because I know exactly what happened.
Martha.
I'm going to stop you. The incidents were limited to a handful of apartment complexes, and the mayor said our dedicated police officers have acted on those concerns. A handful of problems.
Only, Martha, do you hear yourself? Only a handful of apartment complexes in America were taken over by Venezuelan gangs, and Donald Trump is the problem and not Kamala Harris's open border. Americans are so fed up with what's going on, and they have every right to be. And I really find this exchange, Martha, sort of interesting because you seem to be more focused with nitpicking everything that Donald Trump has said, rather than acknowledging that apartment complexes in the United States of America are being taken over by violent gangs.
Okay, let's just end that with they did not invade or take over the city, as Donald Trump said.
First of all, Donald Trump never said that. Oh, so they didn't take over the whole city of Aurora, which is bigger than Denver, I believe. Right? So, yeah, they didn't take up the whole thing. Just a little bit. There's only a little bit of TdA gang action going on. You know, it's mostly fiery, but mostly peaceful over there in Aurora right now. Right? So that's how it started. They lied, and now Aurora's by Denver. I'm in Colorado Springs. That's an hour and a half drive, about 70, 80, maybe up to 90 miles away, depending on where you go up into that area. And now they're here. They're a few miles away. Right here. It's a nightclub bust. Those are all the illegals, and from they had a illegal nightclub, and they got drugs, prostitution, they're selling guns, all kind of stuff going on right here. They raided it. Again, this is just a few miles away from me, so it's only gotten worse. They're everywhere. They're everywhere now. TdA has taken over the entire state of Colorado. How do you like them apples, huh? How do you like that? And well, we looked into the how could there be an illegal nightclub going on? Wouldn't people know about it? Well, let's ask this guy, the guy that owns the place.
Reaction to what happened here. You own the building.
Shocking, because
Shocking.
no idea that this was even going on.
No idea.
Never seen this many cars.
It's been going on there for years. For years, dude.
I've never even seen a lot of trash in the parking lot to even like suspect that anything like an after-hours nightclub is going on. So it's pretty shocking.
How did you learn about it, and what was your original reaction?
My employee was trying to come into work because I also run the Luna Market here on the corner, and they were coming in to work in the kitchen, and they couldn't access the property, and then I went online and tried to figure out what was going on, and that's when I learned about everything that was happening.
Sure. There was 170 911 calls about this place over the last couple of years. 170 times the cops showed up there for the things that are going on. Wow.
So good morning, John Pullen with DEA and the Rocky Mountain Division. We're here on the scene of an underground nightclub where over 300 federal law enforcement, along with our local partners from El Paso County and Colorado Springs PD, executed an enforcement operation this morning. It's a drug investigation. We seized quite a number of guns and took a number of people into custody. I think what I'd like for people to know as a result of this operation is that Colorado Springs is waking up to a safer community today.
Yeah. Well, we would have been a lot safer if you didn't lie to us about it to begin with, wouldn't we? Had we known, well, some of us did, but the public sure is like that. Here's some of the awesome pictures. Let's take a look. This is great. Oh no! Don't arrest me! Oh no! Ooh, I'm being arrested. I got pink boots. No, I'll get in trouble in jail with pink boots. Can't do that. Oh my God, this guy got a whole pink outfit. What the hell's going on with him? They're gonna put him in a female prison, probably. Yep. So, yeah. Unfortunately, Colorado is shit now. It's a beautiful state, man. I love it here. Every day, you look out the window and I see Pikes Peak. I see the mountains. This is just a beautiful, beautiful state. And Colorado Springs was the most conservative city in America for the last 50 years. 50 years. They had a conservative mayor in Colorado Springs until the last election. Now some immigrant, can't even pronounce his name. And of course, Denver and the people who run the state are all commies. Remember that this is the state that tried to keep Trump off the ballot. Yeah, so unfortunately, this is
America is safer tonight thanks to Donald Trump. Last night, Brian, what they did, so to back up, during the Biden administration, they received 170 911 calls to that club alone. That club we were just watching, 170 calls. Wouldn't you think that would have been a red flag? Nothing happened. Guns, shootings, ag batteries, nothing happened. So under Donald Trump, DEA, FBI, U.S. Marshals, ATF, ICE, everyone went in together. DEA led this investigation, went in, got 115 illegal immigrants, aliens in our country, arrested them, 2 with warrants, 12 guns seized. So what would happen in this club is you would go in, security would give you a menu of drugs. Cocaine, there's something new called pink cocaine, meth, you could go in a bathroom stall, get that. There was prostitution, all these things going on. And we just now identified a member of Sinaloa cartel was also in there.
So you seen that, you heard that, right? But hey, no, don't worry about it. There's no TdA gangs in Colorado taking over apartment complexes, and then okay, well, so there is gang members, but they only took over a handful of apartment complexes. It's not the whole state. So that big old orange man is still a big fat liar. And then they just started reporting on it like it was always a thing. It was amazing to watch the news flip from there's nothing there and then, oh my God, they kidnapped a family. They kidnapped a Venezuelan family and they cut a guy's finger off. After they did that, they couldn't hide it anymore. There's some other videos I was trying to find with one of the managers at the one of the apartment complexes was beaten real bad. So I wasn't able to find that picture. I'm sure I could, but anyway, this is just crazy nonsense. So what do you all think about TdA in Colorado? Do you think that the media is to blame? Did they get some people hurt, possibly killed? I don't know. You tell me. Let me know down in the comments. But TdA is real. They are in Colorado. And if you live here, watch out. Keep your head on a swivel because they are violent and they don't care. And until next time,